Hello, everybody. How are we this fine evening? I'm Weebo Jones. That's Polydub. And we are
Hello.
Cocktail Hour. And I look like a hot mess because I've been busy all weekend with ice, snow, and the polar vortex that cometh. Polly, how are you?
My downward spiral into self-loathing and depression continues.
Rough stuff, man. Well, glad you're here. And not in a mental institution.
Well, you never end up in a mental institution. Well, I mean, I shouldn't be using the global you. So it's not the kind of... No. You find your problems at the bottom of... That's a big water bottle. Holy shit.
Yes.
Oh, this is Lent hydration, right? Okay.
This is Lent hydration.
Right, you need one. Fair enough.
I should be down to here, but like I said, I was outside dealing with ice and snow, and you can't exactly bring a water bottle into the ice and snow because guess what happens? It'll start to freeze.
So yeah, just chain smoking and bourbon. That'll get you through. It's fine.
Yeah, sure. A boyfriend knows cooking for me because, like I said, we haven't had time to do it, literally anything else. So we're eating at 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. at night.
That's 7 a.m. on Christmas Island, so fine.
Naturally, yeah.
Well, actually, it's 8 a.m. on Christmas Island, but whatever.
Holly, look, I got bangs. Kind of.
You, hold on, fluff it forward again? Oh, yeah, you do a little bit, yeah.
They're curtain bangs, that's what they're called.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll take your word on it. I'm not doubting you.
Yeah. So, but I decided to...
What was I going to say? I was going to say something. I was going somewhere.
Your chain-smoking, bourbon-drinking otter.
Yeah, it's just the otter.
It's not the man behind the otter at all. It's all part of the persona.
Exactly.
Yeah. Naturally. Hello.
I freaking forget. Doesn't matter anyway. Weebo, your fucking live stream is not your rear view mirror to do your fucking...
Do I look pretty yet?
your groomifications.
I don't know how I feel about these bangs, dude. Like, I like them 1 minute, and then the next minute I'm like, they're in the way. They look ridiculous.
No, wait, what? Ridiculous? Where are you getting that from?
You have not seen what happens when I put them into a ponytail, because they're long enough that I can do that. But they kind of like, they stick up at the back of the ponytail like I'm a peacock or something.
That's just a funny mental image. Wait a minute. I thought listen, I'm no hair expert here. Mm-hmm. But isn't the whole idea of having the bangs, especially if they're longer, when you pull the ponytail back, is that the bangs still kind of hang to the front off to the side? Isn't that one of the...
That can be one of the intentions. But the reason why I went with curtain bangs is because I wanted to have the option to just kind of clip them out of the way. And I didn't want them to be super drastic. See, if they were cut like up to the eyebrow, it wouldn't be a big deal. And yes, they would fall out of the ponytail all the time.
Right.
But because I went with the longer option, they will fit in a ponytail. And so long as it's like high enough. And so it's not something that I have to worry about. But I wanted to try something new because I wanted to see if I'd like it. And I don't know how I feel about it yet. We're going to have to, it's literally day 2 with the curtain bangs. So we're going to have to experiment with them a little bit.
Okay, finally, YouTube came through for you, Weebo. For all of us. I just got the notification here. So there. I'm able to bring up chat.
Nice.
Hello. Look at all the people in chat having on the display.
Hi, chat.
And Assassin of the Gray. And your boy Pat. What up, Pat? And Zelthor's here, which is very cool. And Shady's here. Fuck, all sorts of people here. Brad Young. Brad Young says that that's a normal size water bottle. You're just really small.
It actually holds exactly 1 gallon or half a gallon of water. Most other water bottles only hold about 16 ounces.
It's good that it's got a handle on it. Reminds me of that time I bought that big handle of Jim Beam. We crushed it that night. I remember part of it.
Nice.
So tell me, Weebo, how goes the Lenten diet?
So good. I went out and I purchased a fuck ton of vegetables and hummus and like little sausage links and slices of cheese.
Nice.
and some red wine vinegar because that always goes well with vegetables. And I made myself
Sure
some tuna
does.
fish salad with avocado tonight.
Tuna fish salad with avocado.
Yes.
Oh,
So you make like
pretty
regular
good.
old tuna fish salad, but then on top of it you put avocado, so you have a little bit extra protein and fats. Yep. And it's more filling that way. I have fulfilled my water requirement every single day. My calorie requirement and my step requirement has been a little bit of a struggle currently. Today, I'm only about 6,800 steps in, even though I was outside handling snow and ice and such for hours, and also cleaning the house.
So you weren't shoveling anything, were you?
Yeah, I actually had to get on top of the roof of like the vestibule that holds the mailbox.
Good news. We're out of mustard.
No, we're not.
Where is it?
It's either in the door or it's in like the main part of the fridge. Check again. It's the yellow bottle. Please tell me that we're out of mustard.
Well, Weebo once again breaks the norms and unexpectedly shovels as a woman, because there's not a lot of women who do that, in case you didn't know.
Well, we had to get on top of the roof of the vestibule, and well, a boyfriendo had to hack ice on his side with a pickaxe because there was like a layer of ice about that thick. And so he was out there for hours hacking away. And then I got up on the other one and I just shoveled all the snow off because it wasn't full of ice. And the reason why is because there was like an icicle hanging down on the one roof, like the Sword of Damocles, dripping incessantly every single time it gets cold enough that the snow melts a little bit.
Tell me about that.
About snow melting?
No, about the Sword of Damocles.
The Sword of Damocles. Well, is it, if I'm not wrong, it's a sword imposing or hanging above a person like it's about to fall on them.
Well, I'm aware of the illusion and the meaning. It's just
yes.
you're the Greek mythological lady, so by all means, fill us in.
Fill you in. I'm actually not super familiar with it. As familiar with it as I should be. Ooh, thank you, love. Look, this is dinner. Thank you, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I love you. Please don't boast with your pizza. Please.
Oh, you have it perfectly good.
No, I know. What I'm saying is just don't make me feel bad about not being able to eat pizza. So the Sword of Damocles, I'm not as familiar with the mythology, the mythos of Damocles as I am with all the other myths, but Damocles, I do know the saying and the meaning behind it.
Mm-hmm. You're actually going to eat on stream?
Yeah, because I'm hungry and I was working and I didn't have time to actually eat dinner, so you get to deal with this. Sorry.
What?
I'm embracing full Twitch thoughtdom.
No shit. I mean, I didn't even think of that angle of it, but no shit. Should we bring up a video for you to review and giggle and thank all your simps too? I mean, let's just do it. Let's just.
Shall I yeet my cat across the room? I have one right there. I'll eat super quick, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's been a long weekend, hasn't it? This is really good, by the way. I should get you to cook for me more often. Okay. He said no. Really good. Can you hear me chewing? Is my mic that good?
It's not only that good, I can hear the fork scraping off of your teeth as you withdraw it from your mouth.
Oh, wow. This is really good.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Good.
I'm so sorry.
If you would like to register your opposition to the idea of Weebo eating on stream and slurping and scraping your teeth, you can donate your opposition to me. Streamlabs /Polydub/tip. I'm willing to read out everything that you want to criticize her on, except for, N-bombs and other things that would get her channel yeeted. because we're not that angry at her eating.
Nah. Polly's just being an ass to criticize me to, I don't know, be an ass about it.
I'm trying to monetize your fucking rudeness is what I'm doing.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eating because I need the sustenance. Sorry. It's like you vaping on stream.
Well, I see. Okay, here's the thing. Let's talk about that for a second.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Because Dr. Kiev there brought up and said we heard you crunching on a stream not too long ago. Okay, first of all, crunching ice is not eating. That's drinking. This has been clearly established over many a discussion. That's drinking. It's not the same thing at all. But I've put up with X amount of hell for it. And I'll be goddamned if I'm not going to give Weebo that same kind of hell for literally eating on stream. Now, as for the vaping thing, let's talk about that one for a second.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny is that I am so used to vaping out of the right side of my mouth. Is that because I don't vape like e-thoughts do, where they they kind of center it and they make a big deal out of it. It's like clearly you've never smoked cigarettes or cigars in your life, where you just you smoke out of the side of your mouth. If you know what I mean. So I'm used to vaping out of the side of my mouth. Now, my mic's off to the right side of me. I should just really vape out of the left side of my mouth. You guys wouldn't hear it, and you don't. But the habit kicks in, and I keep vaping out of the wrong side, and you guys can hear it. So people really shouldn't be yelling at me, stop vaping, and be like, Polly, vape on the left side. And you wouldn't hear it at all.
Well, that's what Polly thinks of you, chat.
No, Brad Young says you drink solids. Methinks not. No, I don't drink solids. It's liquid by the time I swallow. They're chips, small chips of ice that come out of the door of my refrigerator. So by the time that I've swallowed, it's melted. By that reasoning, you're eating a Slurpee. You don't eat a Slurpee.
So what other liquids do you chew on then, Polly?
What other liquids do you chew? I don't know. I can only think of ice chips and Slurpees. I'm not sure if there's anything else in that list. Good question, huh?
Smoothies, maybe? I don't know.
Jell-O? Does that count?
I wouldn't consider it a liquid because it's actually achieved a solid state once it's cooled off. Deco. You heard it here first. Polly swallows. It's always nice information.
That's right. I do enjoy taking in sustenance, and I can't think of another way to get it in. I refuse to live an intravenous diet. So, yeah, I do. Oh, shit. Just got my laptop.
At least I chew with my mouth closed. Right?
That's true. You do. I'll give you credit. Chio, thank you for the donation. Says Polly says he'll read anything from anyone you say. Triple question mark. That's criticizing Weebo. Don't forget about the addendum to that. I mean, you could send whatever you want. I mean, Sinatra's willing to read fucking any goddamn thing, but the amount of times that man says, "No, I'm not reading that out." It's like, Jesus Christ, what are people sending him? I mean, Sinatra's like willing to read some serious shit, and at least 3-4 times a stream he refuses to read stuff. Makes me wonder what the fuck's going on. I don't know. I'm not going to talk with my mouth full. I can't answer, Polly, for God's sake.
That's rude.
No, it totally is. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing. I'm like, good for you having manners.
Mm-hmm. I was raised right. I was raised with ladylike manners, even though I don't exercise them all the time.
Yeah, all ladies burp right into the mic. And thank you very much for that, Shio. I appreciate it.
Only the ones that are complimenting the chef.
You're complimenting the chef of like Coca-Cola?
Not going to torch you, but that piece is perfect.
He just brought a pizza in here.
I'm sorry, this is my room too. God damn it.
Can't have pizza for the next. How many more days until Lent's over?
I don't know. I'm not keeping track.
4 weeks.
There are. Hold
on.
41 days.
41 days. Yep. No pizza for the next 41 days. I hate it.
Get the fuck is that? Oh, okay, that's fine.
The one thing that I will say about drinking a lot of water, I have to go to the bathroom a lot more often. But also, I don't feel as hungry as I usually do. But it is a struggle to drink half a gallon of water a day. Because, well, for one, it's a lot of water. And if you're not constantly doing it, at one point you're going to get to a point where, well, you're like me, and you have to drink all the way down to here in the next, 3 hours because you procrastinated all day and didn't drink the amount of water that you were supposed to when you were supposed to by. And it even times it right here, right? So I'm supposed to be down here or at least somewhere in this area by now. And I'm not. I am so far away from that. And it's going to be a struggle to chug all of this, even though it's just water, because chugging too much liquid kind of makes me feel nauseous.
Yeah. Well, hold on really quick. Brad Young says, I saw a movie today that was odd, to say the least. Have you seen The Lobster, Polly? No, but I heard some people talking about it over in Eve's server, and I didn't really follow what they were saying, but it sounded like it was something worth watching. I guess I was kind of floating in and out of it. No, Brad, I'd have to go check it out separately. And then Grill and Pyre Pete does make a valid point. Depending on why you're doing Lent and how and so forth, you are supposed to Lent fast on Sundays. It's true. You're supposed to be fasting.
You are supposed to be, or you're not supposed to be Lent fasting on Sundays?
I am not giving this as catechism advice. You understand what I'm saying? This is my best recollection of it. Days throughout Lent, the idea is traditionally, of course, to give something up, so to speak, out of a sense of penitence. Christ's 40 days in the desert, so to speak. That is the biblical basis for it. And but Sundays do not count towards Lent in the way of the fast. So you're off of them. Those are days of, you're not supposed to be eating meat on any Friday throughout Lent. So land animals, fish not included, right? No meat on Fridays. Sundays themselves are, as I understood it, Grill and Pyre Pete. Now, again, I preface this, so nobody attack me. Sundays are right off of the calendar for Lent. They're not fasting at all. The days that are supposed to be fasting are Ash Wednesday and Good Friday, if I recollect correctly. Preface to hell. So no one attack me if I'm wrong.
Okay. Attack you since you're wrong. Gotcha.
Yes. Okay. So Gil, I just wasn't clear on what Pyre Pete was saying there. Not Lent fasting on Sundays. Yes, that's the way I understood it. Yeah.
It's
Midnight in Exile says, because I've given up creme de men for Lent. Let me tell you something. Have you ever had creme de menthe? The liqueur? Oh man, it's crazy stuff. It goes in. It is a really thick, syrupy liqueur. Dark green liqueur. Yeah, so super sweet, syrupy, kind of mentholy. The only time I've ever had it and liked it is when it was poured on top of vanilla ice cream. Any other time than that, no.
I'd try that after Lent. Actually, no. Technically, would dessert count as junk food?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, in my mind,
no, because the way that I define junk food is just the stuff that you snack on that's not healthy, just to kind of curb that craving of, or just to kind of fill space in your stomach. You know, the Cheetos that I eat and the gummy bears that I eat. That's not a meal. It's a snack, but it's not a healthy snack. It's just something that I'm eating because I'm hungry and I need sugar and I need something quick and dirty. and I couldn't be bothered to prepare anything for myself.
Right.
That's what I think of as junk food. A dessert is not that.
So let me see if I get this right. If you get like a gourmet made pie, a la mode, some high-end ice cream on it, even though it's completely empty calories, in your mind, not junk food because of it's
if I have to work for it, like if I bake the pie if I have to bake the pie myself to get it to a point, or if I have to like put it in the microwave, or I can't just open the package and then put my grubby little mitts all over the thing. That's what I consider junk food. But like a dessert doesn't feel like empty calories. It feels like part of the meal. You know, like it's the final course.
No, you gotta cut it off.
Stuff.
That would be my call. You'd have to cut it off.
All right.
And I mean, it's all up to the individual because it's like, what is it you're giving up? You know, like you've heard my give up. It's quote obvious sugar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I damn well know what fits in that category because really, who am I cheating if I cheat?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like I can sneak things in there and try and pretend that no, this doesn't count as obvious sugar when I goddamn well know it does. It's supposed to be sweets, desserts, and sugary drinks. And it's like, well, why don't you just say sweets and desserts? I call it obvious sugar because that's to cut out Coke and Slurpees and all of the fuck. It turns out I drink a lot of sugary drinks, energy drinks in a big way. Fuck, because you know what's gross. You know what tastes disgusting? Sugar-free energy drinks.
I wouldn't know. I don't drink energy drinks. The most that I have is coffee. Honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm drinking right now. Black coffee.
Mm-hmm.
It may or may not have overhold in it. I'm just moving on.
So, okay, Polly, I wanted to discuss something with you because I'm pretty sure you're one of the couple of people that have recommended this show to me. Was it you who said I should watch Hannibal?
No.
No, it wasn't you. Have you seen Hannibal?
Bits and pieces.
Okay. Like, are you familiar with at least part of the storyline? Or not the storyline so much as the concept behind Hannibal?
The concept, the storyline, no, I couldn't say that. I know the storyline of Hannibal from the movies and hearing a lengthy description of an ex-girlfriend who had read the books, which are far more disgusting than the movies ever were. But yeah, I generally know the concept. Yep. Dude,
the TV show Hannibal is a lot more disturbing than the actual movie ever was.
Really?
I watched an episode this afternoon where some asshole killed a woman and sewed her up into a horse that had just given birth to a foal that had died, and killed the horse. So basically performed a C-section on the horse, and instead of taking out something, they put a whole ass person inside that horse and then sewed him back up, and then that horse died.
Why'd someone do that?
Yeah.
No, why?
I don't know. I haven't quite gotten to that part of the episode, but that was what I saw today. I watched another episode where
they cut the woman up, or they put the woman in their hole. I kind of lost that part.
Mostly whole. I think there was a scene where they thought that the woman had a heartbeat, and so they open her up and they're like, "What's beating in here?" And no, it turns out that someone has shoved a bird in there too. Like in her chest cavity. They shoved a bird in the chest cavity of the woman. They shoved the woman into the tummy cavity of the horse and then sewed everything back up. And the bird was still alive.
I mean, that in a vague sense, that generally happens in Empire Strikes Back. I mean, Han Solo shoved Luke Skywalker inside of a sliced open tauntaun.
Yeah, but to keep warm, not to,
Yeah, it wasn't some kind of psychosexual killer business, no.
Mm-hmm. And then I watched another episode with a surgeon who wanted to...
A woman ducking. I laugh Midnight Exile because I refrained from making that joke. I'm glad you did. It's your fault. You made the joke.
Yeah, it's a little bit disturbing. Yeah, but no, they put... Okay, so the surgeon is performing surgery on this guy while he's alive, and he's literally so the idea is he thought that he was another serial killer because this doctor, this psychiatrist, made him believe that he was this other serial killer. Turns out he's not. And so he realizes this, and he's having an identity crisis. And so he kidnaps the psychiatrist, ties him to a surgery bed, and has another woman pump oxygen into his lungs to keep him alive while he disembowels him and makes him hold all of his internal organs in his hands as a gift basket to the other serial killer that he was made to believe he was. And he's still alive. So he's performing surgery on this guy who is conscious because he applied a local anesthetic and didn't knock him the fuck out. But this guy watches as this guy cuts into his bowels and just kind of takes everything out and just kind of puts it right in front of him. He survives, and then he dies all the way into the later part of that season. But this TV show is a lot more fucked up than the actual original movie ever was, because there's a lot that they do not shy away from. And yeah.
Somebody said fuck these kinds of shows. Who was that? Shady. Yeah, my man Shady. He's there. Yeah, I agree, Shady. Fuck these kind of shows. I don't know. Okay, look. I remember when I was watching Seven, the movie with Brad Pitt and
is that the one with the
Morgan
guy
Happy
who's
Feet?
a 7 deadly sins killer?
Yes.
Yes. What's in the box?
Yeah, what's in the box? Yes.
That movie.
I remember watching that movie and thinking, okay, so some writers sat down and asked themselves, let's be sick. How sick can we be? I don't know. How about a giant razor dick? Yeah, that's hilarious. Well, how are you going to get someone to fuck someone with a razor dick? It's going to be just a slaughter. Well, the guy puts a gun to her head. It sounds like something a 13-year-old came up with. It's just how disgusting can we be? It's on the human centipede level of what's the trashiest trash that we can come up with.
This didn't mess me up as much as Human Centipede did, though. For whatever reason, Human Centipede was far worse than any of the stuff that I'm seeing on here. And I think it has to do with the element of forcing someone to eat someone else's dung. And that says a lot, because in this TV show, obviously it follows Hannibal Lecter, Hannibal the Cannibal, who regularly hosts sit-down dinner parties with his guests, whom he feeds, unknown to him, the remains of his victims.
She's struggling, okay?
Sorry, there's an airline taking off in our apartment right now.
The whole airline.
Yeah, the whole airline. We're good. But so the thing that I wanted to address regarding this TV show is we know that Hannibal is a cannibal, obviously, but the thing that they go into extreme detail about is Hannibal preparing the food that he serves to his dinner guests and such, and it's so artfully done. He's an artist. He takes pride in his work. It's a whole shebang, and it's wonderful presentation. It kind of makes me want to up my food cooking game, which, yes, I realize the gravity of what I just said is a little sketchy, but I don't want to do it with humans, right? I feel like my cooking could be better. I could take it more seriously than just throwing some mac and cheese on the oven.
So you eat mac and cheese and spleen. You just
No, lobster mac and cheese with cilantro or whatever. Not cilantro, maybe parsley. I don't know what the fuck.
Nobody likes the soap plant. Okay.
Crumbly breading. I don't fucking know.
Oh, the crumbly breading baked on top of mac and cheese does bring it up.
Yeah.
At least 1 or 2 levels.
I feel like I could step up my culinary game. If a cannibal can do it, certainly I can. Because, cannibalism is supposed to be undignified. And Hannibal makes it look...
Did you ever see the movie Hannibal?
No, I haven't.
I don't know if I want to argue it's worth watching. I guess if you've liked the other films, you might like that one. But I think that there's part of this is germane to your I need to step it up a level. I don't think you want to go to Dr. Hannibal Lecter's level because that guy is on a feat level of what's the right word? Like that guy's positively couture with the way he approaches things. The way that they track him is he sends a letter to Agent Clarice Starling there, right? And it's on classical parchment. He went and found, and he writes with a quill pen. Well, it wasn't actually a quill; it was just a proper fountainhead pen.
Yeah, classy like that.
Fountain tip. Let's leave Ayn Rand out of this. That was a literary joke, Weebo.
I don't have a fountain pen, but I have a quill. So solidarity, brother.
I also have a quill pen, but it's fine. Is that a ballpoint quill pen?
It's here. Can you see that? It's not.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Sweet.
It doesn't want to focus. But it's gorgeous.
It was focused enough.
It was a Christmas gift from El Boyfriendo. And it comes with its own little stand, Polly. Look.
Sweet.
So it doesn't. So I don't have to like put it down on the desk. Yeah, it was a good time.
So he's off. So he writes this letter and folds it up and then sends it off to her with his beautiful, scripted penmanship. The way that they track him is they go to aroma experts that are in the fragrance field because, of course, he went to a specialty custom shop to have a custom blend of hand cream put together that has a mixture of lavender and hibiscus and all sorts of other things because he wanted it to smell just so. See, Weebo, if you're not at the custom fragrance hand cream level, you need to.
To your point, I have custom shampoo and conditioner. Does that count?
I have to say it's in the same ballpark. You have custom shampoo and conditioner.
Yeah, so it's like custom scented and it's custom formulated to what it is that I want to get out of my showering experience for my hair. Just
Hannibal Lecter has the persona of a vindictive homosexual with an 8-figure budget, right? That's where is he getting the money for all these things? That is one of the things that throughout Hannibal that I did have a very strong sense of is how is he paying for all of this? Like he was a man on the run that had very little. Did he like store money belts throughout the world?
So from what I understand about Hannibal Lecter's existence is he was actually the son of a Lithuanian count at one point, and then his parents died, and he went to go live with his uncle, who was another count. So, like, apparently he was born rich. He comes from money. He's part of that wealthy class of aristocracy that used to exist. And so probably he's got a lot stashed in, like, different parts of the world that can't be touched by government.
I figured that if I were to look into it, he also probably pilfered all kinds of money from Mason, the guy that he convinced to do a bunch of poppers and cut his own face off.
Yeah.
And because that guy's fabulously fucking wealthy, and he was probably charging him unbelievable sums of money to give him therapy. And it's a full air quotes there.
Therapy.
Yeah.
But like, okay, so the custom hand cream, I could understand getting custom hand cream that smells just so the way that you want it to. Mm-hmm. If you had skin problems, maybe. But
no, he's just next level.
Yeah, just next level. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with if you have the money and you have the opportunity and you have the desire to have your own unique what the fuck ever, then yeah, sure. Go for it. Because some people are just extra like that. I get the custom shampoo because I'm sick and tired of going to the store and taking like 5 years to pick out the correct shampoo and conditioner combination that I want for my hair. This way, it just gets delivered to my door and I don't have to waste time, and it does exactly what I want it to. And it works, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
And I am taking forever to make a decision about anything. So this cuts out the middleman, which is me. I'm just like washing my hands of it. Remember when I was picking out mouse pads from my computer station? You know how long that took before I finally settled on one? It took about like 2.5 hours. While you were there. I was talking with you the whole time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I could not make a decision.
It was an intense ride.
Yeah. But is that because I'm a woman, or is it just because I have a picky attitude about things that I invest in?
Well, how picky could you possibly be? I mean, look what you're sitting on.
My gamer chair with my
that didn't feel so shady before I said it, but then after I said it, I was like, wow, that sounded really mean.
Boy, someone's throwing some shade my way. Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about that white fluffy chair. I don't know why I find it disconcerting, but I do.
Really? You don't like it? You don't like
it's not so much well, it's not exactly dislike. It's just like, I don't know. It kind of loses the race car aspect of the gamer chair when you cover it in white fake fur.
It's so fluffy and so soft, and it's like I'm sitting on a cloud. And I got 3 of these in the mail, so I can't not use all of them.
3 what?
3 of the fluffy things.
But you bought 3 chair covers?
No. I bought 1 chair cover, and they sent me 3, and technically a half, because there's one over here that is half of this.
Well, that's weird.
I don't know what to do with them. Like, okay, it was always my intention to buy faux fur for like a rug.
Faux fur. That was the phrase I was looking for. Faux fur.
Yeah. I could just lay on it because, like, who doesn't want a rug that they can just lay on and enjoy in front of a fire? That's my aesthetic. But then I needed to cover up the gamer chair aspect for side quest, which, by the way, is a thing now. And this seemed like a good option. You know, it seemed just obnoxiously rich enough for the Nameless Thief character. And just so extra that it would make sense that that character would have that. And then it turns out that I didn't even need to have it in the shot because I could just stand 2. So I bought it, and I'm probably never going to use it for its intended purpose. If I do, it'll be helpful, hopefully. But it's comfy. I like it. And apparently I have a picky attitude because I am a woman. I don't know about that. There are picky men, too. I feel like Polly's very particular about certain things. Like the way his coffee gets made.
Sort of. I mean, if people are drinking Sanka or just going down to your local whatever, Dunkin' Donuts for coffee, I guess the way that I make coffee seems, people call me a coffee snob, and it's like, I don't see it that way. It's just whatever. Just get some reasonable quality beans, grind them, put them through a French press. There, you're done.
But it's like, it's what you
I
like.
guess some people would consider that a hell of a lot of work just for a cup of Joe, but to me, it's not. And then there's these other people that are like, no, I need the shade-grown New Zealand pea berry that only comes out once per year, and then I keep it in these vacuum-sealed jars. Like, man, you don't even know coffee snobs if you think I'm one. Holy shit.
Yeah, no, they are a little bit extra. I used to work as a barista. I don't know if you know this, Polly, but I used to work as a
I do
barista.
remember that. You must know the those types then, man, that go to
There
extra
are people
levels.
who can tell the difference between the different type of espresso bean that you use. Between, like, if you froth the milk a high enough temperature, they can tell if it's too hot. If you not use the wrong type of milk, because obviously that's one of the more givens, but if you put the milk in the wrong way, with too much froth or in the wrong combination. So you put the milk in before you put the coffee on top, or if you put the coffee on the bottom and then the milk on top, they can tell. And I understand how they could tell, but I also feel like, isn't it just going to get mixed up at some point anyway? And so you're going to get the same exact cup of coffee at the end of your drink as you would previously? Because
Brad Young has a point. I like a bit of Hershey. Why I can't English suddenly? Hershey's syrup in my. So do I. I've done the powdered. I've done the syrup. I want to find something that's a little bit more like dark cocoa powder. Is that a thing?
I know that they make regular old cocoa powder. I don't know if they make dark cocoa powder though.
The reason why I'm a big fan of mint chocolate coffee. You know, dark roast chocolate, put a little bit of mint extract in there, and you're winning. That's because I love me some mint chocolate. Mint chocolate coffee is a big win, man. If you like those flavors, try them together. Alpha Omega, thank you very much for the $10. Very generous. Use for any of your favorite vices. I will.
So Polly, they make. Here we go. So they make the regular old cacao, but then they also make special dark cacao.
Holy shit, they do. I've never even thought, oh, cool. Yeah, I got to give that a shot, see what that's like. Yeah. I'm not a fan of dark chocolate. Like, I mean, it's okay. I don't have a problem with it. I just don't crave it or anything like that. But I had this idea. I thought that might be really, really good in coffee because a lot of like Hershey syrup, well, it's good. I'm not a fan of sweet coffee. I drink my coffee black. So it's I'm not looking to sweeten the coffee up, just bring in some chocolatiness, So I thought maybe dark coffee or dark roast is a way to do that. Baking chocolate powder, Alpha Omega says. Now, see, there's someone who's thinking. That didn't even occur to me, of course. Baker's chocolate, it's unsweetened. Duh. I
think. Yeah, no,
I know it comes in blocks.
0 total
Why wouldn't it come in
sugars
powder too?
The Hershey's baking chocolate, I believe. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure if I were to look at the ingredients, this doesn't come with sugar. It's literally just cocoa powder. Or cacao powder, I'm so sorry.
Cacao.
Check
your money hole, Weebo.
Check my money hole. Let me just refresh. Thank you, Alpha Omega, for the donation. Huh?
Go ahead. No. I didn't think you were going to start that soon. I thought you had to load her up and stuff. Go ahead.
I have very fast internet, so. Thank you, Alpha and Omega, for the donation. Here's something towards custom shampoo or custom cutlery, your choice. And then Serpent21 donated to say coffee. It better be Wilkins coffee, or you could get a violent Muppet on you. Oh, well.
A violent Muppet. Okay, that requires some explanation. What am I not catching here?
Not quite sure. So the last coffee that I bought was the pre-ground Dunkin' Donuts French Vanilla brand.
Uh-huh.
And that's just because I don't feel like experimenting during Lent with what I want to tolerate in my coffee is a good idea. I'm already testing myself. So if I experiment with the coffee that I'm drinking at the same time, it's gonna push me. It's gonna push me a little too far. I will be more salty than I already am. And I have to smell that pizza right over there in the corner.
Oh, yeah, that's got to be the worst. The bread, the melty cheese, and oh, man.
And it's Red Baron's thin crust cheese, too. It's just the right amount of crunch in your crust. Ooh, I can just imagine eating it right now.
I can't too.
That's funny. Deco said he's into the cold brew. I like cold brews. They're good. I've gotten really into the iced coffee in like the past 6 months. Never liked it before in my life. And then I started getting into it. And then it occurred to me, Weebo, you're going to get a kick out of this one. Iced coffee with a healthy dose of eggnog. Oh, man, that's all I was doing all through December.
Yes, coffee and eggnog is delicious. But I wouldn't think eggnog, or I'm sorry, I wouldn't really go for the iced coffee in the winter. Typically, I save that for summers.
Fair enough. I'm all over the place with that stuff. I drink Slurpees in the Winter, I drink iced coffee in the winter. Yeah, I'm all over the place. And I never have hot tea, so it's iced tea all the time. And apparently they're trying to cancel the Muppets over on Twitter. And then somebody says Twitter's awful. And you're not wrong, Serpent21. Twitter is a sewer. What the hell did the Muppets do, for fuck's sake? What is it? The whole Miss Piggy violent thing? Like, what the anyway.
I don't know.
Does the reason even matter? Like, I'm not trying to make you answerable where you're like, I don't know. It's just the lunacy of it. It's like, we need to cancel something. Am I right? What's the purpose of social media if we're not trying to destroy something we disagree with? Like, fucking hell.
So Disney slapped the Muppet Show with offensive content disclaimer. Yeah, let me read this.
Oh fuck, that's priceless.
Let me just dismiss. Go away. Even the Muppets are offensive these days. Anyone who streams The Muppet Show on Disney Plus will see a disclaimer first. Warning of offensive content. Disney released 5 seasons of the iconic show for streaming on Friday, allowing viewers to enjoy watching Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear, and their celebrity guests as part of the $6.99 a month service. The disclaimers shown prior to each episode warn viewers that the show features stereotypes and mistreatment of people of culture. The program includes negative depictions and or mistreatment of people of cultures. These stereotypes are wrong then and are wrong. Or they were wrong then and they are wrong now, the disclaimer states. Rather than remove this content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and spark conversation to create a more inclusive future together, disclaimer says. Disney is committed to creating stories with inspirational and aspirational themes that reflect the rich diversity of the human experience around the globe, the statement adds. It's unstated precisely what Disney considers to be offensive on the show, but some characters depict Native American, Middle Eastern, and Asian people. And in season 5, legendary country singer Johnny Cash is seen performing in front of a Confederate flag. The warning will also appear before some iconic movies, including Aristocats, Dumbo, Peter Pan, and Swiss Family Robinson. Interesting.
Yeah, whatever. Is that it? Are those ads on the right-hand side of the screen for natural vanilla? Is that what I'm seeing?
Price drop in Papua New Guinea vanilla beans. Huh. Guess what? The price has dropped all the way to $1,074.
Woo! Let me jump on that shit.
Olive Nation, brah.
Yeah, Peterbilt Confederacy's talking about the making your own eggnog. I meant to do that before Christmas, and I didn't get around to it, but it is straightforward. You just have to know how to do it. I've watched a couple of shows where, you separate your yolks and your whites, and then you do this, and then you recombine them, and you with the cream and all that. And it's like, yeah, I just got to get around to trying it.
1 vanilla bean costs $3.99. 50 vanilla beans cost $112.25. And 10 pounds worth of vanilla beans cost $1,900.
Damn.
What?
That's like that.
I knew we were in a vanilla bean shortage, but please note this product is intended for culinary uses only. Cooking, baking, and other human food applications. What alternative uses are people doing with the vanilla beans?
Lube.
They're using vanilla bean to create lube?
Yes.
I can see it, and girls love stuffing everything up their snooch. Like it.
I'm so curious as to what the alternative use is that isn't for eating. Like, genuinely.
No, I mean, seriously, I can see people using it, not necessarily snooch stuff, but you read those articles where it's like, goop. How many things does goop have to stuff up your snooch alone?
You know what? That's a good question. Goop.
No, don't. No, it was metaphorically, Weebo. Don't look it up. Great.
But you asked me. I could find it for you.
But I don't want to know.
But you asked. Are you sure you don't want to know?
Positive.
I assume he asked a rhetorical question.
You know what goop is?
Goop.
Goop. He doesn't know what goop is.
Literal or Urban Dictionary?
No. Goop as in the website, the brand. Look up a news article related to goop, and then we can talk.
Yeah, you're probably going to come across that newest article. I've seen a couple of people cover it. I certainly understand why. Someone took the candle sold on Goop that Gwyneth Paltrow said smells like her vajayjay, and a flame leapt out of it and nearly burnt the person's house down.
Oh, they have a candle that smells like her orgasm.
Neat.
The vagina candle, obviously. Dirty gingerbread. What does that mean?
Let's ask our friend.
A slightly bitter candle.
Yeah, Brad Young's didn't Goop make vag eggs? Yeah, a very particular
Really bitter.
crystal substances, like of quartz, of jet, of whatever, and each one was supposed to like impart you with certain, the aura, whatever, the chakra stuff and things. It's just my favorite item on there. It's not the most exciting, it's not the most sensational, but I am such a fan of reading of New Age hokum and malarkey. The little patches that have been embedded with psychic vibrations, where so like, let's say you're depressed, right? They got one that has been embedded with chakra vibrations that you wear this patch and it will fix your personal aura in such a way. And motherfuckers buy these. They're fucking stickers. They're fucking stickers you put on your arm or whatever the hell. I mean, New Age shit knows no end, and they're pricey too. I'll never get sick of it.
I found them. Wearable stickers that promote healing.
And I love the non-medical claims that'll say stuff like to promote general wellness and well-being, and nothing that could be quantified, so they can't be sued, or not necessarily sued, but like have people come after them for false advertising saying it's going to fix your bowel condition or whatever.
I'm going to read this.
All right. Let's hear it.
Wearable stickers that promote healing. Really?
Mm-hmm.
We've been geeking out about the healing power of energy recently. See our stories on earthing and the fascinating research at the Heart Math Institute. I'm going to look that up later.
The Art Math Institute.
Heart Math.
Okay, go on.
So it's no surprise that Body Vibes, wearable stickers that rebalance the energy frequencies in our bodies, have become a major obsession around Goop HQ. The concept: human bodies operate on an ideal energetic frequency, but everyday stress and anxiety can throw off our internal balance, depleting our energy reserves and weakening our immune systems. Body Vibes stickers are pre-programmed to an ideal frequency, allowing them to target imbalances while you're wearing them close to your heart, on your left shoulder or arm. They'll fill in the deficiencies in your reserves, creating a calming effect, smoothing out both physical tension and anxieties. The founders, both estheticians,
yes.
Estheticians, I did it, also say they help clear skin by reducing inflammation and boosting cell turnover. P.S. Leaving them on for the prescribed 3-day period left a few Goop stappers with marks on their skin, so be careful to stick them somewhere concealable if you got an event coming up. Polly? I know what we're talking about.
and the thing that everyone's waiting for, how much are they?
Oh, here, let me find it. It's an excellent question. Do they not come with a link?
Zombie Teddy says, so caffeine and nicotine patches. If they were, I could understand it. Even laudanum back in the day that was a cure-all, at least that had fucking opium in it. It's going to do something. Those ain't nothing but fucking stickers. They've been precisely programmed and attuned to a given frequency. Man, it's a fucking sticker, full stop.
I'm trying to... It looks like this is just an article, but I'm trying to find the actual sticker itself. Where the frickety-frackety...
See, of all of the items on Goop, those are my favorite because they are the worst form of fucking malarkey there. Love it.
The Mighty Patch? I don't know. I want products. Oh, Body Vibes. Okay, let me find it. Mental Focus 10-pack. Okay, what do you want the prices for? You want the mental focus 10 packs or the anti-anxieties or the
anti-anxiety?
Okay.
Let's go. Yeah.
Do you want a variety pack though? So for the 10 pack, what?
Alpha Omega's guessing $70 for the 10 pack. I'm assuming.
Am I crazy?
Yes.
There was zero hesitation from that man. That was.
I'm trying to find the actual thing, and it doesn't look like there is a price tag here.
Is this like one of those things where if you have to ask, you can't afford it? It's that bad. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Like, how to vibe, get in touch,
We're just vibing, bro.
How do I purchase these damn motherfuckers? Side effects.
Now, Quaalude stickers. There's something I could get down with. Not really. I want them. I'm trying to use them for insomnia, for a sleep aid, as they were to be used before disco hopheads got a hold of them and turned them into a fucking weird sex fest rapey thing.
Where is the price tag? Are they not selling me bullshit? I want to buy the bullshit. Where the fuck is the purchasing section?
Weebo wants to believe.
I want to know how much this shit costs.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious at this point myself.
Like, where am I supposed to look for this?
I remember.
Guys, help me find it. All right.
I remember the snooch eggs. They were up there, man, because they were like actual quartz crystal or whatever the fuck.
This isn't a proper online shop, is it? Is this powered by Shopify? I bet it is. Get in touch. Wholesome inquiries.
Don't be asking us questions we're not going to like.
What does that mean?
It means don't be asking us, who the fuck do you think you are trying to pull this bullshit? They want like legit. So if I were to put one of these on my newborn, would it kill them? It's like, no, okay, sweetie, they're actually just a sticker. They don't do shit. You can put them on your newborn.
I'm going to email them and ask them.
Are you?
Yeah. Should I use my real email address or should I use my fake email address?
Or should I use the fake?
All right. So I have one called Anonymous. Get it? Anonymous.
Clever. I see what you did there.
Yep. I'm going to send them an email inquiring about their lovely anti-anxiety stickers. Hopefully I'll get a response soon. Subject. Anti-anxiety stickers? The stickers.
Like, notice that they're of a very particular look and design. You know, the idea being is that if you're one of these rich women that have nothing to do but spend your money on useless, ineffectual crap, you want to be seen wearing the stickers. So when you go to your friend's apartment for brunch on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, it's like, oh my God, that's such a pretty sticker. Where'd you get it? Oh, it's from the Goop Shop. It's helping with my chakra and realign my reserves, or whatever fucking wording they meant there.
Hello, I am writing to inquire about purchasing your product, Anti-Anxiety 10-pack Good Vibe stickers. But I noticed that there is no way for me to place an order on your website.
Now, Xanax patches. I hear you. Yeah, I'd be all over that. Okay, Weebo, while you're writing that email, I'm going to go get something that's actually effectual. I'm going to refill my coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
To the website. So I am reaching out. So I'm reaching out with hopes of investing. Hang on a second. Did they spell anti-anxiety anxiety. Okay, guys. They spelled anxiety wrong. They spelled anxiety wrong. In which, unless anxiety is an actual word and I'm just not sure what it is. Oh, they spelled anxiety wrong. They fucking spelled it wrong. Also, there's the mighty patch. Semi-sheer, basically invisible patches are game-changing when you have a blemish. Oh, these are for, like, zits, if you have a zit on your face. You're supposed to cover them up. So, I'm writing the email. What else should I add to this email? A pack of 24 costs 120. How do you know that, Midnight? Where did you find that? I'm reaching out with hopes of investing. I'd like to know.
All right, I'm back.
Price of purchase as well as order. Thank you. And have a blessed day. It just seems like something that a wine mom would.
According
say.
to Midnight in Exile, their pack of 24 is $120.
Yeah, well, I don't know how he knows that because I looked.
I don't know. I'm just reading what I'm seeing. I believe things I read on the internet.
Yeah.
Not really, no.
Well, that's your first mistake. Your second mistake was thinking that I have anything to bring to the table. Also, Polly, look what I found out. Look what I discovered.
All right.
Upon second viewing. Do you notice anything strange about this website?
Well, let me ambigonate.
Ambigonate. Oh, it's very obvious.
Shop body vibes, anti-anxiety 10-pack. They forgot the hyphen. I don't know.
Are you sure? Read it again.
Oh, they misspelled anxiety.
Yeah, they did. Sorry, I don't know why, but that cracks me up so much. Okay, I'm sending the email. Hopefully they get back to me before the end of the show. If not, I'll bring it up next week.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So what else they got?
Here, check this out, Weebo.
Okay.
These are the fun things that I get myself into.
Mm-hmm. I
came across this image when I was looking for some stuff for a noir bar.
Mm-hmm.
Very noir-esque image. And this was actually I only saw a piece of this image. It was like cut like this. And then I found myself through some reverse image searches, specifically Tin Eye, to finding the full image. And here it is. And I'm like, okay, well, what movie is this from?
What movie is it from?
It turns out it is from, give me a quick second. Dirty Gertie from Harlem, USA.
Oh?
Yes.
Interesting.
Dirty Gertie from Harlem, USA. From 1946. And so I go off to purchase it from perfectly legitimate sources online, and I'm unable to find it. However, it was up in its entirety on YouTube, but the crappiest copies you can possibly imagine, which led me to continue looking. And eventually I did find a remastered Blu-ray copy of it up on the Westmoreland Institute for Cinematic Studies or something like that, where they did a live stream of the whole movie. And it was the HD remastered version of it. It was like a live stream, and it has like the commentary going up the side, but I was able to just download the entire movie because of this live stream that they did. I don't know if they meant to leave that thing up or what, but there you go. If it surprises me. My point here in the end is that when I'm looking for something, I can't find it, a movie off on perfectly legitimate websites where I want to purchase it. It's crazy how often obscure films are actually just up on YouTube in their entirety. And yet, a 5-second snippet of an obscure song will get you copyright claimed like that.
It's
So weird.
easier to identify a song than a whole ass movie, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I
Because
guess
a
the
song
bots
is
are
what,
much
2
more.
minutes and some audio, but a movie is 2 hours and video and audio.
I guess it's easier for the bots to do the music thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Less material for them to scan. They can handle it quick. I don't know.
It is.
Somebody.
Yeah. That's like basically the reason. It's a lot
All right,
easier to
Weebo.
scan for music than not.
Time for some
You just-
games. Am I right?
All right. Games. Okay, let's play
Games.
games. But before we do that, let me try and lure the other kitty over here. Come here. Come here, Valentine. Did I tell you I got a new cat?
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did. This is Valentine.
Hello.
Hello, Valentine. Say hi to Polly. Look. She's such
What did you call the black and orange patching called? What was it?
So she is tortoiseshell.
Tortoiseshell. That's right. Okay.
Here, let's move this down a little bit so you can kind of see her a little bit better. Hello, dear. Hello, baby. Yeah. She's a very happy kitty. She's very, very affectionate, which I absolutely love.
That's good.
Her eye isn't becoming less cloudy than when we first got her, so I think we might actually have just a blind or a half-blind cat, which is fine.
Yeah, whatever. The only thing I don't like about cats is when you go to the cats when you go to pet them and they psst and like bare claws at you, and it's like, Jesus Christ, that was just a fine. Fuck you then.
Yeah, hi. Welcome to Meowschwitz's life for the last week and a half or so. Ever since we got a new addition to the family, she's not super happy about it. And if she even smells Valentine, she will not be happy about it.
Nice.
Ow! The only thing with Valentine is that she has a tendency to like bare claws when she's kneading. She needs a lot when she's
Really?
happy, when she's being super affectionate. Hello, dear. But yeah, so we ended up getting the new kitty, and I'm super happy about it because I love her to death. Oh, come here. As you can see, she's very, very all up in my grill.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so you want to play a game?
Yes. Oh, hey, Far's here. Kitty, she says. There you go.
Hi, Far. But yeah, no, Calico is different from Tortoiseshell. So this is a Tortoiseshell pattern, and Calico is a little bit more, or it's less integrated, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So Calico is like chunks and blocks of color on a cat's coat. Now, the similarity between those two things is that mostly it's just the females that have that kind of a coat. And the males, typically, if they do have that kind of a coat, they are infertile.
Mm.
Hello, dear. Yeah.
She's really like these hands were doing the pets. What's every time you stop, it's like she's like seeking your hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she does not like to sit still when you're petting her. She's just like, I'm going to walk all over you and get the maximum amount of attention out of this jazz. She's an attention whore, but I love it. Hello, dear. She's still got paint on her face.
Paint?
Yes. So, did I tell you the story of how she came to be in our family?
I don't think so, actually.
All right. So last weekend, my aunt was at the cabin in the woods painting the ceiling because it had some leaky ceiling kind of looking stainage from previous years, winters and such.
Uh-huh.
So she's painting the ceiling, and she goes outside to let Ginger out. She's the other dog in the family. And no, don't eat my headphone. So she goes to let Ginger out, and Ginger is excited and outside, and she goes underneath the stairs. And she's interested in something underneath the stairs. And my aunt goes to see what Ginger has found underneath the stairs, and she starts to hear the meowing. Because this is a very vocal cat. All right? So she's underneath the stairs, and she hears the meowing, and there's a cat there. And it's cold and wet and hungry and meowing its ass off. So she brings her inside and feeds her, lets her kind of just chill. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, giving you attention. Lets her chill inside, get warm, get fed, get super affectionate, and become a staple of the family. So she's texting us all throughout the week, and she's like, so who wants to take the cat? because you can't exactly leave this cat outside in the middle of a winter storm. First off, she's adorable. Second off, you'd be a monster. Third off, like, come on. You got to take this face home. Who wouldn't? Yeah. So she took her home, and then finally I got the okay from El Boyfriendo on Valentine's Day that yes, we could get the cat. So on Monday I went to go pick her up. I brought her to the vet, put a mighty dent in my account because I didn't have the insurance rolled through yet. But I got her looked at. She's all good. She's healthy as can be, with the exception of a slight sniffle, so an upper respiratory infection, which is fine. But she's getting better with that. She's eating less than she was when she got here, which was an insane amount. Now she's just kind of leaving it out for a couple hours before she goes and finishes it, which is good, which means that she's satiated. She's not starving anymore.
Right.
She's having regular cat doo-doos. She is super affectionate, like I said, so she's part of the family now, and her name is Valentine. And she's about 3 years old, too, by the way. Hello, baby. Oh.
Well, as Caroline Consnar would say, it's always better to get an adult cat because their lives become pre-shortened. Thus, it's less of a commitment.
No. That's not why you get an adult cat. Honestly, no. Actually, my whole advice is to adopt strays because they're always the most loving. They're always the greatest. In my experience, like Cole was not nearly this affectionate, but he was, just as much of a love. And he was pretty cool too. And she's, 10 out of 10 on the cats up there. This is basically Cole's origin story because we had the same kind of shenanigans with Cole. Same area and same people who found this cat as well as Cole. And the landlord is okay with all the felines? Yeah, I asked my dad. He's fine. My dad's my landlord, so he can't say no to me.
It works out like that.
Yeah. And he loves her. He's met her, so he's fine. We just can't tell any of the other tenants. Hi. No, don't try and eat the headphone. This is mine. Okay, now sit. Yeah. Maybe they are related. I don't know. But yes, the landlord is okay with this. He's met her. Nope, sit. Yeah, she doesn't want to sit down. But anyway, so that's the new member of the family. She's probably going to be a staple of the channel because she's just as much of an attention whore as Cole was. And she's going to have conversations with me too. She's that vocal. It's going to be great. Nepotism for the win. Exactly. Daniel Fulman. We love to see it. Hey, you know what? For all the work that El Boyfriendo and I have been doing outside, I think we should have the ability to keep our cats. Right, babe?
Yes.
Thank you. He agrees with me on that. Oh, bye, dear. Yeah, all right. So she's gone. She's going to go eat. Okay, so you wanted to play a game.
Forgot about that. Fuck, that was like fucking 20 minutes ago.
No, it wasn't. My story didn't take that long.
God, it felt that long. All right.
Rude! How dare you? Okay, so what was the game that you had in mind?
I'm trying to remember.
And I thought that I was one of those attention deficit people. Couldn't remember shit. Shit about fuck.
All right. We are going to do, for lieu of anything more creative, trivia. And we're going to put Weebo on the hot spot because it's more fun that way.
Oh, again?
Yep.
But I did it last time.
If you were the one who had brought up the game this time, it'd be me, but you didn't. And
I need to come up with
paying,
a good stream game, don't I?
Now you're paying the price for being uncreative.
I'm sorry. I'm uncreative? Excuse me?
Well,
who gave you the idea to use? artificial audio in the backtracks of your things to make them seem more legitimate.
What are you, drunkle? Claiming credit for other people's work because you randomly said something at one point?
No. It had nothing to do with me randomly saying anything. It had to do with my showcasing in my last video.
I said I really liked your 8mm footage noise.
Yeah.
And somehow in your mind, this translated to nobody ever thought of sound design ever until I did. I was like, I like the 8mm sound. That's all I was like.
No. I'm not saying that no one has thought of sound design until now that I've come up with it. I'm saying that you hadn't thought of sound design until I came up with it.
Far is on this thing lately that I'm suffering from ADHD, that I am I'm one of them.
It's okay. If I had to diagnose myself, I'd probably give myself ADHD, a little bit of OCD, and a tad bit of a god complex.
James calls this is what happens when Polly starts hanging around drunken Uncle Sinatra. He gets an even more of an inflated ego. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, James, golly, you watch Sin and Drunkle stream, man. I'm goddamn hobo level humble compared to them two, man. It's how they roll. Let's do a little bit of trivia. And since Weebo is fairly knowledgeable on Greek mythology, I think Greek mythology is kind of fun. Let's do that.
I'm ready.
All right. And I didn't pick a tough one or a difficult one. I picked an average one from funtrivia.com.
Ooh.
So Weebo, the next time you feel like putting me on the spot and you want to ask the questions, funtrivia.com is a treasure trove. It actually is. There's lots of good ones of varied subject matter that all sorts of people have spent time putting together, and they come in various difficulty levels. So it's a nice go-to. Number one.
Wait, do you mind zooming in a little bit?
No.
You
No,
don't
I
mind?
don't mind. I don't mind at all. How's that?
Oh, there we go. Yep, that's better.
Number one. Her temple in ancient Rome was guarded by a group of women called the Vestal Virgins. Who is this goddess?
Hang on. Isn't this Greek mythology?
I don't know. Maybe it was just mythology.
What the fuck am I supposed to know anything about?
No, it said Greek. Look, it said Greek.
What am I supposed to know about ancient Rome? Her temple in ancient Rome was guarded by a group of women called the Vestal Virgins.
Accept the syncretism.
Okay, all right, fine. Vestal Virgins. I guess
one word. They want the Greek name.
Artemis? Maybe?
You think Artemis? Why? Because she was a little mannish? Is that what you're going with this? You think she's a virgin just because she's a little mannish?
No, because she took a virginity pledge.
Did she?
Yeah.
Too bad Apollo didn't, huh? All right.
Like, straight up, she just swore off dudes.
It's Artemis?
Artemis? Yes.
Let's go with that. Number two, Zeus's wife was Hera. Zeus had affairs with many other people and had many children. However, which of these was Hera's child by Zeus?
Hebe.
Yeah, is it Hebe?
Hebe.
All right. I don't know. It was pre-clicked. I must have clicked on it by accident. Here we have Hypnos, the god of sleep. He has a twin brother. What was his brother's name?
Hypnos out of sleep.
I'd go with Thanatos if I were you.
Hypnos was the god of sleep. Kronos was the god of time, and Thanatos was the god of death. So
Never sleep, because sleep is a cousin of death.
Well, actually, technically, Kronos was a Titan.
Yeah. I'm just quoting great lyricists while you ponder your answer.
I'm going to go with Kronos.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You're going full Titan with it, huh? All right. Number 4, if you lived an extremely heroic life, your soul would go where?
Elysian Fields.
The Elysian Fields. All right. Who is the goddess of love? One word.
Eros. Eros. Oh, goddess. Sorry. No, hang on. Pause.
No, you don't want to go with Eros? The dude?
No, Aphrodite. Sorry.
You don't want to go. It's very transphobic of you. He might be presenting as female. You never know.
No, I caught myself. I see that.
Which one is it? Aphrodite is the Greek one, right?
Aphrodite, yeah.
Yeah. Aphrodite, I believe it's written, pronounced, typed, spelt. Let's go with that. Spelt. Number 6, in Greek mythology, there are 3 lovely women called the... Are they lovely? 3 lovely women called the Fates. The goddess of necessity brought them into being. Whom is the goddess of necessity?
Necessity.
Clotho, Atropos, Latius, or Thymus.
It's not Themis.
I'm butchering all the words.
It's not Themis. Themis was a Titan, technically. I
didn't know there was a goddess of necessity. It's interesting.
No, there's a lot of gods. There's a lot.
There's a timed version of these. I think that's what we're going to go with next time.
Hey,
it was a completely unrelated suggestion.
I'm gonna go with Clotho.
You know, with Clotho, huh?
Yeah.
All right, number 7. One of the Titans became too interested in the mortals below Mount Olympus for Zeus's taste. He was then chained to a mountain as punishment for giving humans fire. Who is this Titan?
Prometheus.
Yay. In the Odyssey, Odysseus twice sails between 2 horrific beasts. One is called Scylla, true or false. The other is called Circe.
False. It's Charybdis.
Oh, look at you. Number 9. Who is the god of sun? The actual sun.
Helios.
Helios. Helios? Helios?
Yes. I think there's only one L, actually.
Okay. Helios, like so? Yeah?
Yes.
Let's go with that. Number 10. Which of these gods did not have a Latin translation of their name? Apollo, Athena, Artemis, or Ares?
Athena's was Minerva. Ares was Mars. I'm gonna go with Apollo.
Trying to think. Like, I'm just thinking to myself, Apollo. Roman, Latin, Apollo. No, I can't think of one, but I'm not an expert in this area. Number 11.
Hephaestus.
One of your...
Sorry, I read ahead. I just saw one of Hera's children was lame, and I'm like, Hephaestus.
One of Hera's children, Hephaestus, was lame. This child, Hephaestus, grew up to become a blacksmith of the gods. Who was Hephaestus?
What is Hephaestus?
And the options were Hephaestus, Hermes, Thetis, or Agamemnon. I'm just happy I can actually say Agamemnon. Okay, number 12. Greeks and Romans often had different names for the same gods. Syncretism, not theft. People need to back the fuck off that. You don't understand anything about the natural process of organic cultural spread. People are stupid and engage in water cooler talk because they're morons. They want to sound temporarily smart. Get a personality. Spouting facts don't make you smart.
I feel like I'm being called out here.
No, not you. Not you.
No, because I called you out for this specifically. I was like, actually, Selene was the name of the moon before Luna was in Roman culture.
But she was
Triple A.
joking, and I responded with a joke, and then you responded with a joke, and this was the way that it happened. Remember?
Yeah, I know, but I feel like, I don't know, you were being extra salty on my behalf.
No, not really. It's just I've encountered a whole bunch of people recently that are like, actually, that whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's like all of these things were adopted by this. I won't get into it because I won't grind that particular axe right now, but I've just ran across it a lot recently, so I'm salty. Number 12, Greeks and Romans often had different names for the same gods. Like, for example, Poseidon and Neptune could be confused. They are both gods of the sea. Now, who would be Demeter's Roman equivalent?
Oh, God. Demeter's Roman equivalent. I have no fucking clue what this is.
Demeter is
goddess of the harvest.
Yeah, the harvest and the seasons and so forth.
Harvest, technically. Her daughter.
She was
Persephone,
right?
Daughter of spring. So, kind of the seasons, but not all the way, if that makes sense. I don't know what her.
I thought they considered her goddess of the seasons because Hades snatched her up for eating too many pomegranate seeds, and thus for the winter seasons that Persephone's gone, Demeter's sad, so thus the winter happens.
Well, no, because Persephone, kind of, partially, a little bit. But he didn't snatch her up because she ate pomegranate seeds. He snatched her up because she was beautiful and wanted her to be his wife, and then she couldn't leave the underworld for more than 6 months because she ate food from the underworld, the pomegranate seeds. So, as a result, she had to go back there for 6 months out of the year. The more you know.
Well, we await with bated breath your answer.
I don't have an answer. I'm just going to go with penis. Oh. Okay. Weebo can be the goddess of the harvest.
Okay. Number 13. Remember the Fates?
No.
These three women, who are apparently no longer lovely, were Zeus and Eurynomes. Okay, sure. They caused peace and happiness wherever they went. Who are they? The Graces, the Titans, the Doves, the Charities.
Three men. No, they caused peace. Remember the Fates. These three women were Zeus and Eurynomes. They caused peace and happiness wherever they went. Who are they? Why are we remembering the Fates? This isn't the Fates.
Yeah, I know. This is. I get that. It's like I thought they were going to be naming like daughters that Zeus had with the Fates because he fucked everything.
I want to say the Charities.
Okay.
But I also feel like it could be the Graces. I'm not 100% sure.
Number 14. The goddess gave Diomedes. The goddess gave Diomedes the ability to see immortals during the Trojan War. She also advised him to attack Aphrodite if he saw her. True or false? This goddess was called Artemis. Wow. What a shitty worded question.
False.
False. The goddess Artemis did not do this. Okay. What was Achilles' mother's name? What was the goddess's name? Gave him his armor.
Oh, fuck. Achilles' mom's. I don't know. I'm totally blanking on this.
Number 15. You've probably heard of Cupid, but what is his Greek name?
Eros.
Jared Leto, Theogony, Eros, or Kakos. Chaos.
So, Leto was the mother of Artemis and Apollo. Theogony is, I believe, the story of a war. I can't remember which one. Eros is the Greek equivalent of Cupid, and Chaos is the original thing from whence all came forth. So Eros is the answer.
Eros. Let's submit your answers.
I can't wait to see what I fucked up with.
Hesta. The other accepted name is Vesta. Mm-hmm. I guess Vestal Virgins comes from Vesta. Huh. There you go.
Or Hestia.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said first. Quit trying to correct me.
But yeah.
All right. Number 2. Zeus's wife was Hera, and Hebe was their lame kid, I guess.
No.
Thanatos. I told you to say Thanatos.
I know you did.
Hypnos is mentioned in the Iliad, talking to Hera. When the twins are not named, they are often called Sleep and Death. Romans had a deity close to Hypnos called Somnus.
Mm-hmm.
Thanatos himself was called Cruel. He had a heart of iron. Sounds like a woman I know. He was brought into being by night. So cheerful, eh?
Such cheerful.
If you're extremely heroic, you go to the Elysian Fields, yes. Who is the goddess of love? Indeed, Aphrodite. In Greek mythology, 3 lovely women called the Fates. The goddess of necessity is Themis.
Oh, so I got that completely wrong then.
One of the Titans gave fire. That was Prometheus. In the Odyssey, Odysseus twice sails, and it's false. The other beast was called, what? How do you say this?
Charybdis.
Charybdis. I would have said Charbidis. Who's the god of the sun? It's Helios. You got that right, and you were correct at one L only. Which of these gods does not have a Latin translation? And you're right, it is Apollo. One of the children was lame. Oops, I jumped the gun on that one. It was Hephaestus.
Hephaestus.
That's right. And the answer is not Weebo. Correct answer was Ceres.
Oh no.
Yeah. They were called the Graces.
Oh, I second guessed myself on that, and I should have gone with my second answer.
Isn't it weird that your first guess is statistically more likely to be correct? I've never understood why that is. It's interesting. Number 14, false. The goddess was not Artemis. All right, now, the god Diomedes is also a vase of Aphrodite. The goddess that gave Diomedes his power was called many things. In the Iliad, she was called Athene, but was also named Athena, Pallas, Athene, Pallas Athene, Trigleda, or Glaucopis. You probably heard of, and Eros is the name of Cupid. You got 10 out of 15. The average score is 10 out of 15. Weebo, you are average.
Yeet.
Hell yeah. That's better than I would have done. Well done.
Thank you.
Hippie Monk wrote this. Thank you, Hippie Monk.
Thank you, Hippie Monk.
There you are.
We deeply appreciate your trivia. Oh, thank you the next 6 minutes for the donation. Did you know that some audio cassettes in the 1980s would smell like corn sometimes weeks after purchase? I remember a few Iron Maiden albums smelling like corn up to 2 weeks after I bought them. Fun factoid. Anyhow, sub to Weebo and buy her great merch. Yeah, buy my great merch. Also, completely random fact. I love it. Great. Good time. And no, I have not received an email from the Good Vibes people yet. It looks like that's not going to happen.
They're trying to keep it from you. They don't want to tell you. Because if they told you how much their stupid, useless, pointless stickers cost, you might spread it all over the internet and make fun of them more than they already are already. Thank you. Next 6 minutes for the donation. Always appreciate it. 6 says, I am having pizza tonight. He's sticking it to you, Weebo.
Rude.
I'm just kidding. I don't know if he's doing that. Quote, I am having pizza tonight. I never really fully wake up today. I never really fully woke up today, I'm assuming. I feel the same right now as I did when I woke up. I had an energy drink and it did nothing. This is after a full pot of coffee. I left my cholera tablets in my car accidentally. Sub to Polly. You have cholera?
Hyundai.
I must be reading that wrong. Chlore. Chlorine?
Chlorine?
No, ends in an A. Why would anyone take chlorine tablets?
I don't know. Maybe you're low in chlorine? Question mark? Do they have chlorine supplements?
Is chlorine a vital vitamin nutrient necessity?
Sources of chlorine. Rich food sources of chlorine include beef, liver, eggs, fish, nuts, cauliflower, broccoli. Chlorine can also be taken as a supplement. It is an essential nutrient.
There you go. All right. So 6 is supplementing with chlorine.
Wait, hang on. No, I'm reading the wrong thing. It's choline. not choline.
Oh, Chloria is chlorophyll. Thank you, Leo Prime. There we go. Something is chlorophyll supplements.
I want to look up chlorine. How do you spell chlorine?
Oh, it's an algae. You're taking like blue-green algae supplements. That's cool.
It autocorrected the colon.
And Alpha Omega's just laughing at our ignorance.
Apparently, you should not eat chlorine.
Yeah, don't take chlorine. That's you know when Far's on board saying daily doses of chlorine is not a good idea. It's
oops. This is not a medical advice show. Please don't take my advice seriously.
Right.
I might kill you. Chlorine is deadly to ingest, so that's why it's autocorrecting.
And we were supposed to do a 90-minute show, and we've been streaming for just shy of 90 minutes. Why don't we ask a few questions and bring it to a close? What do you think, Weebo?
I'm down. Let's
cool.
do it.
Well, you're tanking through the water there pretty well. You're worried about not getting through it, and I see that you're persistence. It's key.
7, 9, several hours worth of water to chug before bed, which is coming up real quick.
Never take Far's advice on what essential nutrients you should be taking. Don't do it. She'll kill you and then say, "What? I don't know what you're talking about." It's
please consult your Surgeon General before you take any advice from your humble hostess, Weebo Jones. My views do not reflect that of the medical community.
Your own personal Surgeon General. That's right. Yeah. Consult any medical professional except for Fauci, because he'll tell you to do something, and then like 3 days later, he'll tell you to do the exact opposite, and you'll get canceled if you disagree with either one of his suggestions. So just stay away from Fauci in his entirety. Jeez, that's actually the kind of thing that could bring your stream to an end. I should really watch my fucking mouth.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go out in style.
Yeah, Alpha Omega's got a good point. Do you have pool water in that bottle? You might be drinking chlorine as we speak.
Nah, this is tap water, but it's filtered tap water. But it still tastes like, it does taste like shit. So I grew up with well water. So we got our water from the ground. It was softened through water softener that my dad had installed and filtered properly, so it was very mineralized. This shit is city water. City water that's been filtered, and I don't know if you have experience with city water, but
I do.
It's not fantastic. It does have a very distinct pool water flavor to it. Not like, oh, I'm drinking chlorine by the bucket load, but there is something distinctive in the taste of the water that makes me feel like that.
Unholy Reaper, thank you very much for very generous $25 for the Potato Fund. Well, let me tell you about the Potato Fund. Since you brought it up, Reaper. The things are in the works. It was discussing things in a secret hangout last night. It wasn't really secret. I'm just trying to make it sound interesting. And we were discussing what was going to go in there and what wasn't, and all sorts of numbers and makes and models were flying around that I didn't understand, and I had to have things explained to me. And yeah, it's fine.
Sounds like a fun time.
Yep. But Jesus Christ, it's getting close. Oh my God, can you imagine when I have a computer? Do you know what I'm going to be like with a functional NASA computer? Do you have any idea?
He's going to be more autistic about his edits.
No, it's really not going to be any different at all. That's the joke. It's just the streams will work now. That'll be the only difference.
Yep, there you go.
The big difference is, honestly, I thought about it, is I'll be able to do more video stuff because my render times will be cut down to something sane. You guys want to know what it's like to produce a 5-minute video with multiple filters and edit cuts in it, and you're looking at 12 hours render time? Whew. On top of that, I'll actually be able to display. Far says he's going to be such a tool. See, this is the Far that I've known to that I've come to.
He's going to develop such a superiority complex when he finally gets that NASA computer. Just be like, you see this? You see all this? This is me. This is what I can do. Let me show it off to you. Watch.
What's actually going to happen is I'll be able to show video on streams and have more animations going on streams. That's about it. But it's nice to know that Weebo thinks I'll be an egomaniac and Far thinks I'm going to be a tool. And this is the lovely group of friends that I've cultivated online. Aren't they a wonderful bunch?
We are. Thank you, the Unholy Reaper, for the donation of $25 for the salad and fish, because he knows that I'm trying to lose weight. Cheers, buddy. So, okay, we're getting questions in the chat. We said we'd answer questions, so let's do that. Daniel Fulman asks for any non-cat Valentine's Day stories, and there's not a whole bunch that went on for Valentine's Day last week. Polly desperately wanted to be invited to our movie marathon, but unfortunately we had to say no. Movie marathon.
Here's what happened, actually. Okay. Here's what actually happened. Weebo says, let's not do the stream, because it was falling on Valentine's Day, which was on a Sunday. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's cool. And then she directly insinuates that even I should come by and hang out. And then all of a sudden retracts the offer. I'm assuming that El Boyfriendo was like, no, but there was originally an implied offer there. So I was like, okay, so what are we going to do?
I totally just spaced. Also, I spaced on inviting Eve to tonight's stream too. Totally am losing my brain. It's all this snow. It's just waterlogging my noggin. So I'm going to see if I can get her on next week with us. I'm the worst. I'm the absolute worst. Because I was supposed to have her on this week.
Interesting Valentine stories. Yeah, here, I got one for you. In case you're it's like, who wants to go along with Valentine's Day because it's so, I don't know, candy and hearts and cupids and cutesy and ooh-woo and all that, right? It needn't be, because look, you too can make Valentine's Day metal as fuck. There's St. Valentine's skull. Hell yeah. And all that shit. There you go. Valentine's Day can be hardcore with skulls and shit. You just have to want it.
Yeah, we just watched all of the Dragonheart movies back to back to back. So all 5 of them in one sitting. We spent the day.
I was amazed to find out there was more than the first one.
Yeah, there are 5.
That was really surprising to me. I'm like, what the fuck story happens after the first one? I mean, the dragon's dead.
So they're not bad. They're not bad. Like, I guess the first one was good enough that they're like, we can create more story out of this. So it gets to the point where there are actually like 7 dragons in the 5th movie across all of the world. And turns out dragons come from space. Bet you didn't know that. And as they progress, they get a little bit more violent. Actually, a bit more violent. But they also get more wholesome. And they start to steer away from the whole night dragon type of dynamic that you got going on in the first movie. So it gets to be more of, by the 5th movie, hey, revenge is not the answer. Oh, and also the 5th movie, the dragon's a female. The central dragon element is a female. So,
okay.
Yeah, the Dragonheart movie, there are 5 of them, and they're not horrible. The effects got better as the movies got newer. So the most recent one came out in, was it 2020, babe?
Correct.
Yeah. Most recent one came out in 2020.
And they have potentially 6 more movies to make.
They could make 6 more movies, honestly, at this point.
Wow.
We have that ability. Because, like I said, dragons came from space, and now we have, 6 dragons all across the world. 7 dragons all across the world.
Daniel Fulman asked her, do you have any extreme cold snow stories? No. I shoveled the sidewalk, got it done. No. I know people have all these extreme stories, but I just stayed cozy and wrote it out, man.
Well, yeah, actually I do. I have one from today. My dad calls me at like 3 p.m. This was just as I was about to get off to go do a whole bunch of like other shenanigans throughout the house, like clean the kitchen and finish putting everything back together and go to the gym and then start scripting. And he calls me and he goes, so another tenant told me that the vestibule ceiling is leaking. There's water coming down from the ceiling. And I'm like, ugh, fuck my life. Because that means that 1, I'm going to have to do some mopping. 2, there's going to be some snow that needs to get cleared. Mm-hmm. So I go out there and literally it's just raining indoors. It is coming down. And that is because there is a thick sheet of ice on top of the roof where it is that the mailboxes kind of are located in the apartment complex. And there's a lot of ice and there's a lot of snow. And there is, like I said, an icicle Sword of Damocles hanging down, waiting to pop. So we quickly get dressed. Or, well, a boyfriendo hops on top of that. And he takes the pickaxe to the roof. Because, like I said, it's a thick sheet of ice. And that took several hours. Right, babe?
Mm.
He's not happy about it. And he thinks that we should pay full rent next year during the months of December, January, February, and into March, maybe. If this is going to be the way that it is next year. Because we took half rent.
Excuse me, Jesus.
For doing some maintenance around the premises. But we didn't anticipate getting this much snowfall this year. Like, we didn't think it was going to be this big of an issue. And so this has kind of soured that whole experience for us. Because it's cold, it's wet, it's time consuming, and it's, in El Boyfriendo's case, hurts his back. Especially with the amount of, like, have you ever taken a pickaxe to ice, Polly?
I have, actually, yeah.
Yeah, repeatedly over the course of like an hour, 2 hours?
No. No.
Mm-hmm. It's not fun.
Thank you very much. The next 6 minutes. Here's $2 to get you $2 closer to the potato than you were 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago, you didn't have those $2. Now you do. Ooh. Right now is better than 5 minutes ago because $2 advanced from a poor state of being is preferable. Good. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And I am $2 closer. I'm going to I was looking at monitors because I want to do the dual monitor thing. You know?
Yeah, it's really nice.
But I want to do it on the cheap because I don't have Weebo money. And so I'm not going to be able to attach them with like fancy NASA level armatures where they can be like extended and just, you know.
I got mine used and they cost me like $50.
Oh, really? That's sweet, actually. Yeah. So I was looking on Amazon and Newegg and shit like that for, I don't need super large screens. I just would like, you know, duplicate monitors that are the same size. I don't need them to have hyper small bezels or super fast refresh rates.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
You don't need them to be like NASA monitors. You just need
not at all. And poking around on Amazon is crazy because it's like, I get it. The majority of reasons that people would be looking for monitors relates to gaming. So like, you know, they're all advertising their hyper fast 1 millisecond refresh rates and all that shit. And it's like top gaming, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't need none of that, man. It just, you know, I just need something that accurately represents the colors that are going on in Photoshop and video editing software. That's it. So trying to do it on the cheap, see what's happening. It's a little complicated, man. Especially when you have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah, I wouldn't don't get those Dell 2012 monitors, but definitely you don't have to get the biggest, the baddest, the curviest of monitors that you can get on the market.
Yeah.
Settle for less than something that NASA would buy.
Fuck, curve monitors are all the rage. Like when I just typed in like external monitor, it was just like, everything that came up was like Samsung curved monitor for gaming, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, holy shit, no.
Yeah, no,
Let me just go over to the left
know
side of the screen here and put under $1,000 and limit the fucking search. Plotty asks, what do you think about the setup that I have, Polly? I think it's beyond my means, Plotty. That's what I think. Brad Young is offering a 19-inch monitor if I can pay for the shipping. Well, I appreciate that. I'm trying to... I didn't even know this because I have an external monitor that I've been using for quite a few years now that is external to my laptop here. And I think it's a 23-inch. And man, does the price jump between 23-inch and 27-inch and 32-inch. Like, goes up like $150 with each step when you're talking at the cheap level.
I think,
Crazy.
okay, so originally, I think I went with a 32-inch monitor because I did want a bigger screen, but they're not exactly, like, 4K. They're good enough. I think total I spent $300, maybe less, actually, on these monitors together. Which is not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, I was happy to see some of the prices. I just hadn't even bothered to go look at monitors because I was thinking more what the things that were going inside of the computer case to begin with before I started thinking about peripherals and monitors and stuff like that. So I was like, I was happy to see that there actually are on the cheap options. Made me happy.
The things that you want to not skimp out on is definitely everything internally with your system. Everything else is just easily upgradable, or you can switch it out, or you can deal with it,
I'm looking forward to it.
This whole setup, by the way, it's something that I have saved up for and built and rectified over the course of, 3 to 4 years. So it's not like all of this happened in a day. Rome was not built in a day, all right? This majesty of streaming and computering. This majesty. It was a work in progress. It's still a work in progress. Like, I'm not at a point where I would stop upgrading. I will continue to upgrade. It's just a matter of I like where I'm at right now. Potentially in the future, I could go bigger. But everything that I have right now, like I said, over the course of 4 years. These are not my original monitors. I was using a TV screen for the longest time. This is not my original motherboard. I had one that didn't have one working RAM slot. So I was working off of 8 gigabytes for forever.
Aww. You want to know how many gigabytes of RAM I have?
How many gigabytes?
Doesn't matter. We're not here.
Is it 4? I bet it's 4.
We're not here to publicly display my shame. Okay. No, 6 gigabytes of RAM in this laptop.
Ooh, yeah. But originally, I started this YouTube channel and everything associated with it off of a tiny little MacBook Air from 2013.
Mm-hmm.
For the longest time, the only camera that I had was the integrated camera with that Mac. And the only microphone that I had was, again, the integrated microphone with that Mac. And that served me very well until sophomore year of college. Not that long ago. Actually, no, it was that long ago. It was 3 years ago. And then I finally made the jump to this. Is there a reason to use a monitor instead of a TV? Asked Brad Young. And I would say yes. The TV screen is not made for processing the output of the computer. So what I can tell you is the quality of computer visuals with a monitor is greater than that with a TV monitor. It's a little bit more distorted. That also could be attributed to the fact that I wasn't wearing glasses at the time. But I can tell you that the computer display on a monitor is much crisper, much better than that on a TV. And these are both 1080p versions that I'm going off of. So these monitors, 1080p.
Mm-hmm.
the TV that I was using 1080p. So they should in theory be virtually the same, but they're not. It's tolerable, but you want to invest in a monitor at one point. In a pinch, you can deal with a TV, though. Pair to bear. What am I going to do with a monitor rack? I don't have a monitor, let alone the many that would necessitate an entire rack. You wouldn't. I got a monitor rack because I needed the ability to alter the height and the angle that I was like cameraing in, and I also like the ability to use the rest of my desk. So I have more stuff on my desk now than I did previously, and I can use it, and I can actually see everything that's on my monitors, and I can alter and adjust their height and their range and where it is that they're pointing at. So it's really nice from a utility perspective as both a YouTuber and someone who works for a living. Like at a job. The next 6 minutes. Weebo, guess what laptop I'm using right this second? Is it a MacBook Air 2013? With 4 gigabytes of RAM? Yeah, Polly, you got 6 gigabytes of RAM? For the longest time, I was producing content off of 4 gigabytes. Dude.
Daniel Fullman asked, Polly, can you do research contracts from home? Yes, and currently am. Yeah. It's all remote work, which actually kind of sucks because you still have to be able to do library stuff, right? Which a lot of which can't be done remotely. So I mean, looking up online which books you want and then sending in an order for them and then going and picking them up. It's like, Jesus Christ, we're like one step away from like approaching each other in hazmat suits at this. Ugh. Anyway, yes, I can. It sucks.
So Daniel Fullman has asked me if I've gone to the PO box anytime yet, and I have actually. Here is one package from a user. I think that's for side quests though, and then I have 2 more over there. One from side quest, one from the next 6 minutes. I don't know which is which though, and so I need to double check with both of those gentlemen who sent me packages.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're both addressed to Weebo, but one is for side quest and one is not for side quest, I'm pretty sure. So 60, did you get me like a package that could fit in a small little here? Let me grab it. Did you get me this little thingy, or is it supposed to come in a nice big box thingy? So you got to make that more clear. If you want Weebo Jones to open the package, address it to Weebo Jones. If you want the Nameless Thief to open the package, address it to the Nameless Thief. Also, look what I got in the mail. I purchased.
What is that?
Let me open up the plastic so that you can actually see what it is. So you know how they kicked Gina What's-Her-Face off of The Mandalorian?
Mm-hmm.
And you know how Star Wars characters are kind of a big deal,
mm-hmm.
Especially 20 years down the road. And you know how the little action figure toys sell for quite a bit?
You bought her in package, and you won't be taking it out and playing with it.
No.
Keep it at its high value.
In like 20, 30 years, make a ton of money off of it. Dude, it cost me like $50, but I'm gonna absolutely make all my money back.
Jesus Christ, you bought that for $50?
Yeah, this was after they kicked her off the show, though.
Huh.
Yeah. So I got her little action figure, and it's not coming out of the box, and it's going into storage, and it's not coming out until, like I said, 20 years from now.
Nice.
Yep. I think that was a pretty clever investment. So the next 6 minutes says the little thingy. 60, do you want me to open it now as like a kind of conclusion to the show? Because we got 60 seconds left. I can do that. or I can wait and open it up in the end of a video. It's your choice. Let me know. But in the meantime, so Polly, do you have anything collectible like this?
Like that? No.
No.
Well, I guess comics kind of count in that way, but I don't think of them as collectibles to resell.
Well,
I mean, I guess there's a few in there. I have my Amazing Spider-Man number 300 signed by Todd McFarlane, but that was never meant as a collectible. I just happened to be going to a comic book convention that he was at and decided to bring my Amazing Spider-Man 300.
Okay. 60 has given me permission to open up this package. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. And then we're going to sign off. Mama's having a struggle. Oh, boy.
You need a knife.
Babe.
What?
Do you have a knife? Do I have a knife? Oh, I do.
I do as well.
Never mind, I got one.
Mine's cooler.
Mine's a fishing knife. And it has a leather holster with
Mine's a dragon knife.
Isn't that the one I got you?
Probably.
I get him dragon knives a lot because he likes
That's
dragons.
something that'll work better.
He likes knives. No, we're not shooting the package open, you dum-dum. You cannot fix every problem with a gun. Okay.
That.
Just most of them.
Just most of them. I think you guys would get along very nicely. So the next 6 minutes, it was either this or coffee, but this won the coin toss from 6. And he got me draft jelly beans. It's a shame I won't be able to eat these for the next 41 days.
Oh, nice.
I would love to try them, but unfortunately, this would go against the stipulation in Lent. So I will try them. I will earmark them for right on my birthday, which is the end of Lent.
You got nice, fast breaking stuff building up, though. That's the way to do it.
Yeah. So if you guys want to send me stuff for when Lent is over that I can eat, definitely go ahead. The P.O. box is linked in the description. If you guys want to send me coffee, that's also in the description. Or the P.O. box is also in the description for that as well. If you just want to send me weird shit in the mail, I am not opposed. I will open it. It will be a good time. Anyway, so, Polly?
Yes.
Show's over. We'll sign off.
Shit.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you for commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing, and for donating. You guys make this show happen. If you weren't here, Polly and I would just be sadly sitting on Discord talking to each other without an audience, which we do anyway. But, like I said, we wouldn't be streaming it, so you wouldn't be able to hear these immortal words from our mouths to your ears. So
I don't know if I'd go with immortal, but their words, all right.
Well, they technically are, so long as my channel never goes down. Knock on wood.
Well, yeah, you're pretty problematic, and so am I, and so are half the people on YouTube, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Did you vote for Biden? No? You problem person.
It's none of anyone's business who anyone voted for. I mean, if you want to
No,
share that,
it
certainly
is.
go ahead.
It
but
is.
No.
It's, you know, if you work for the National Guard or the military in general, apparently it's a problem.
Don't even get
Welcome
me
to the
started.
new regime.
Don't even get me started.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway, Polly, did you have anything you wanted to shill?
Just my channel and other fun things like that. Make sure you come on by. It's a good time. Lots of fun stuff happens. I'm there at /Polydub, and I think my description is under the
Yes.
under Weebo's face.
Yes, it's there. It's in the description.
Really more
Your
under the breasts and under her face, but you get the point.
So I have side quests on Fridays, 7 p.m. on Magog of Morscar's live stream channel, so check that out. I am still working on the videos. I know. It's taking forever. The snow and the new cat have really put a damper on my productivity capabilities, so that is unfortunate, but that is the way that it is. I hope you guys can understand that there are certain things that take priority and precedence over URL. IRL before URL and all that jazz. But it is coming.
Sure.
You will get it, and it will be good. So, we shall see. And we'll be back here, same time, same place, same otter, same face. Hopefully, I'll remember to invite Eve again. But if I don't, I apologize.
Hurting Corey's feelings.
Polly will be here again too, unless I forget to invite him to the show, which I don't think I'll do
And
that.
you know what? I mean, talk about some female privilege, huh? Look how late Weebo started today. Was chat full of people going, "Oh my god, she's late." No, I was here on time. I was like calling her, going, "Weebo, where are?" No, it's fine. It's only a problem when Polly's late, I guess.
Shush. So, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for the donations. It's sincerely appreciated.
Good night, and good luck, and good riddance. Bye now.